Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We're going to get started here today. So before we get started, I would like to say thank you to CSDN and GOSIM for hosting this event. This is the very first PyTorch day, and we're happy to have this in Paris as our kickoff to this event. So I'm going to quickly just hover over the PyTorch mission. I know this is probably the most boring slide to kick off a presentation with, but it does reflect some of the changes that have happened in the foundation recently. And so originally the vision was, okay, we were really focused around the PyTorch framework, and I'm getting ahead of a few announcements, but if you're online right now, you've probably seen them. And so we are now shifting towards being a more encompassing, a more broader foundation, which we call an umbrella foundation, which encompasses projects, open source projects that are out there that solve problems in the entire AI lifecycle. And so I do want to quickly say thank you to all of our premier members, our general members and associate members. We are now at over 30 members in the PyTorch Foundation. And we've recently welcomed Qualcomm and Snowflake to the family. And not everybody knows this, but we do have this thriving ecosystem in PyTorch that currently consists of over 70 projects and is continuing to grow. You'll probably recognize a few of the logos on this slide. But if you have a project, please talk to us. We are still accepting and will accept ecosystem projects. So I've got a lot of announcements. I'm going to try and keep this fairly brief, but PyTorch is now an umbrella foundation, as I mentioned. Do not ask why the umbrella is on fire. This is just my master design. And what does that mean, an umbrella foundation, right? What does that word mean? So it basically means that the PyTorch Foundation can host multiple projects now. Not just PyTorch Core, but now we're extending to additional new projects in the AI lifecycle. We want to build this ecosystem of trusted, interoperable projects that fundamentally reduce friction for downstream users and for developers and engineers, as well as researchers. So what it helps us do is align governance, get to a vendor-neutral space with projects, align roadmaps where needed, and really increase the collaboration amongst different projects that work together. It also supports diverse innovation from all of the different domains that we'll be working in, right? And that's from tooling and inference to beyond infrastructure and to benchmarks and to agentic frameworks and other areas. And this really will help the community rely on projects in this ecosystem to have longevity, right? To be reliable, that they're going to be supported over the long term. So here's a quick look at what the PyTorch landscape looks like. We have a lot of different terms, right? The landscape, ecosystem, it can be a little bit confusing, but the landscape encompasses everything. So PyTorch Core is still here today, obviously. And then we've added two new foundation-hosted domains, which are the platform projects and our verticals. And so platform projects are more generalized. They are things like inference and surveying and fine-tuning and training that can be used more as general purpose tools. And then we have verticals. So verticals is very domain-specific, like protein folding, and very like industry-specific or application-specific use cases. And then we still have the ecosystem. And so the ecosystem are self-hosted projects. These are projects that are not hosted with the PyTorch Foundation. They don't have the same benefits and guarantees, but they are projects that are wonderful that help complete the entire open source AI ecosystem. And so what does it mean to be foundation hosted? So I've mentioned that foundation hosted versus self-hosted. Projects that move into this vendor neutral governance benefit from the PyTorch umbrella. There's things like trademarks and domains which are held by the foundation so that no other company can sort of monopolize use of trademarks and names. And then CI infrastructure. You may rely on our CI infrastructure and integrate with it. You may manage your own, but that's an option. And then we offer like marketing, events, and a lot of other benefits here. So we do have 2 new projects that we've announced, our first 2 new projects in addition to the PyTorch ecosystem, or so the PyTorch core. So BLLM, I'm sure many of you are familiar with BLLM. It is an inference and serving engine, and it's a fantastic project, and it solves a real area in the AI lifecycle, which is on the downstream side, right, on inference. And we're also happy to welcome DeepSpeed. So DeepSpeed will be joining us. Their project is really about abstracting and addressing the entire sort of AI lifecycle from training through to inference. And so this is also an exceptional project, and we're happy to have it join our family. So here's some benefits of hosting projects. I'm not going to go too deep into this. We are running way behind time, but we do provide a lot of infrastructure support, a lot of the support, orthogonal support that folks that are developing software don't really want to deal with. And so we're happy to take that on. We help grow projects, and so our intent is to help amplify and grow projects in the ecosystem and get broader adoption and really create this very frictionless experience for users. And then we have a lot of operational support too, right? So security audits, technical best practices, a lot of other things that, and even like governance building, right? Which is not something that a lot of folks are really accustomed to. And so this is the areas that we can really help out. So I'm also pleased to announce that we've launched our PyTorch Ambassador program. So this program is a global initiative. It's launched today that will allow us to extend the community globally, find folks in the community that are going to amplify PyTorch and the projects, host regional events, maintain possibly their own socials and other things to help amplify PyTorch. We're aiming to host about 20 different community events globally this year. And we really want to showcase local innovations, see what's up and coming in projects, and really get really amplify the open source AI ecosystem. And if you want to apply, the link is here. And we also have a new website. Some small changes, but obviously now we're an umbrella foundation. We have multiple projects, and so we've made some minor adjustments. But this is a more responsive website. It works a little quicker, and we're happy that we can get something out here that will allow us to be a little more agile and get our projects into the public domain. All right, so events. So you're obviously here at PyTorch Day France. We have PyTorch Day China coming up on June 7th in Beijing, and we'll also be announcing a PyTorch Day in India as well this year. And obviously we have the PyTorch conference. It'll be this October 22nd, 23rd in San Francisco. We're at the Moscone Center. It's an amazing venue. Please join us. We are actually creating another day this year, so a day 0 event, which will be our summit. And so we'll have the Measuring Intelligence Summit, we'll have an AI Infrastructure Summit, and then we're co-locating the Triton Conference. And then we have a half-day event for startups. We'll be doing the Startup Showcase again this year, but with a larger assembly of VCs and folks that will be able to help grow your projects and funding. And then that same week, we are organizing Open Source AI Week. So this will be the first year for Open Source AI Week. And we're working with a lot of different partners in the open source space to make this event happen. It's actually 9 days of open source goodness. So what's next? Quickly going to stop on this, but not spend too much time. In my keynote, I talked about the 4 domains that we're looking at the LF. These are the 4 domains that we're looking at within PyTorch. We really want to build a very strong and cohesive AI ecosystem. And so all of these domains and the categories of projects are what we're really exploring right now. And we have some upcoming program launches. So PyTorch Foundation continues to grow. We're going to be launching a Speakers Bureau in June. And this is basically get speakers into events, around the world, high quality speakers that can present on their materials and talk to what we're doing at the PyTorch Foundation. Those may be ambassadors, they may not be ambassadors, but we're looking to amplify that program. We also have an OSPO, an academic outreach program, which will be going on starting this summer. And that program is fundamentally connecting us with AI research labs and getting PyTorch into the hands of developers and researchers and engineers. And then training and certification will launch at the PyTorch conference, and folks will have an opportunity to do training and certs on site. And so with that, I'm going to close out. If you aren't a part of the PyTorch community, please join, scan this QR code, join on one of our socials, and we'd be happy to have you. All right, thank you very much.